Well, thank you, everyone. This is a special day in the life of Delaware Valley University and a special day in my life. It's an honor and a privilege to be inaugurated as Del Val's 13th president, as well as to be the first woman to hold this office in its 121-year history. I deeply appreciate the faith the Board of Trustees has placed in me, and I'm grateful to see the generous turnout of family, friends, past Del Val presidents, delegates from great institutions across our country, and former colleagues, some from as far away as Hawaii, who've come to share this day along with many new friends, colleagues, and alumni of Del Val. This is a perfect opportunity for me to thank the entire Del Val family for making Beth, me, and our beagle Remy feel so welcome since we arrived on campus in July, and I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I thank the Inauguration Committee for the tireless efforts in putting the inauguration events together. I'd also like to dispel a rumor that the 9-month lag between the time I started to work and today's inauguration was because the university wanted to see if I could make it through a Pennsylvania winter. After 4 years in Hawaii and 16 years in Florida. Not true, that's an alternative fact. Well, you know, those blue skies in Hawaii every day, wonderful temperatures year-round, amazing beaches, tropical landscapes, and beautiful indigenous culture, all of that can simply wear a person down. But seriously, I will always carry a piece of Hawaii in my heart. The University of Hawaii at Manoa played a significant part in my career, as did the University of Florida, and so I will always bleed a little orange and blue. These great universities gave me the experiences that led me to wonderful Bucks County, and besides, winter in this part of the country did not come as a surprise. I grew up in Port Chester, New York, in Westchester County, where the weather is very much a match with Doylestown. And in the spirit of full disclosure, I should tell you I was an unusual child. And this can be confirmed by my mother, Carmela Gallo, and my big brother, Nicky. And happily, both of them are here with us today. In retrospect, I realize I was different because I was a science nerd, long before being one was cool, and a girl science nerd at that. As a very young girl, I was already interested in science and nature, especially involving wildlife. I loved the nature specials on public television, like National Geographic and Jacques Cousteau. I had a romantic career vision about going on African safaris to study wildlife, but my late father, Nicholas Sr., was a practical soul, and he pointed out to me that I had a strong attachment to creature comforts, was allergic to mosquito bites, and was scared of snakes. Well, you get the picture. So maybe I should think about research that I could do mostly indoors. That seemed like excellent advice. So at the age of 8, yes, 8 years old, I began to research potential colleges. I actually made up a list of schools that had what I wanted, and I placed that list on a bulletin board above my desk. That list included Cornell University, the school I entered 10 years later. Now, how's that for planning? By the time I went to college, my idea of a scientist was someone who wore a white lab coat and who had a PhD. But getting there would require a great deal of education. My family could not have been more supportive of my goals despite the obstacles. My dad worked for the New York State Highway Department. We were a blue-collar family living in a small apartment. So I know firsthand the struggles faced by so many first-generation college students and their families. Encouraging and supporting first-generation students is a passionate concern for me, and Delaware Valley University's success in providing those students with access to a quality education was one of the many things that attracted me here. I also feel passionately about helping all students reach their full potential. Despite decades of progress, girls and young women are still getting too many subliminal messages telling them to hold back, especially in the STEM fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. And I agree with Reshma Saujani, founder of the tech organization Girls Who Code. She gave a TED Talk with the message, "Teach girls bravery, not perfection." I wish I could say that I was never afraid to fail or to be imperfect, but over the years, I've learned not to let fear stop me, and I came to realize how good it felt to be the real me, a scientist and a woman in a male-dominated field. I realized my move into leadership was probably driven by my willingness to make suggestions and challenge assumptions. And my message to Del Val students, both women and men, would be, embrace and celebrate your imperfect, authentic self. Right now, I feel a special affinity with the students in the class of 2020. They arrived here just 2 months after I did. We're all freshmen together, and we all made life-affecting decisions to come to Delaware Valley University. Before making my decision, I did extensive research, and everything I found stirred my enthusiasm for becoming part of the Del Val family. I found a school with a proud past and a promising future. A school where the number one absolute priority is teaching and learning, and it always has been. A school where students never feel like a number because Del Val's faculty is personally invested in the success of each student. Through small classes and individual attention, I came to see Del Val as a school with small-town warmth, but determined to avoid small-town insularity. Instead, our students reach out into the world through one of the most successful experiential learning programs in the country. Experiential learning has been part of Del Val from the beginning. And today, this great school is a leader in combining academic excellence with career preparation. You can see that in the exceptional job placement record of Del Val graduates. And over the years, Del Val's commitment to its students has created a loyal and active core of alumni and donors who back the university's and board's bold and far-sighted decision to expand Delaware Valley College into a university. And the motivation for that big move was to expand what Del Val could do for students, especially at the graduate level. Any incoming president would be happy to inherit these attributes and build upon them. But the personal fit for me was reinforced by Del Val's strength in my profession in the field of agriculture. It also is a comfort to be part of a university that still reflects the influence of its fascinating founder, Rabbi Joseph Kroskoff. A leader of Reform Judaism in America and a tireless social reformer, Dr. Kroskoff was a progressive who spoke out on issues such as individual rights and social justice. There's a very interesting connection between Dr. Kroskoff and the co-founder and first president of Cornell University, Dr. Andrew Dixon White. It gave me goosebumps, literally, when I learned about it. The two were not only great friends, but Dr. White helped shape the rabbi's life in a way that indirectly helped create this university. It happened during Rabbi Kroskoff's visit to Russia in 1894, when Dr. White was the U.S. minister at the court of the Tsar. As Rabbi Kroskoff recalled later, Dr. White took him under his personal charge. Dr. White was responsible for introducing him to Leo Tolstoy, who advised Rabbi Kroskoff to return to America and start an agricultural school to teach farming skills to immigrant Jews crowded into American urban ghettos. Dr. Kroskoff came to Bucks County and in 1896 started what he called the National Farm School in Doylestown. And, as the expression goes, the rest is history. So, the founder of my alma mater, Cornell University, and the founder of Delaware Valley University had a strong bond that lasted for many years. In a memorial tribute to his friend that I found fascinating, Rabbi Krosskoff described how Dr. White took a fatherly interest in the National Farm School. Rabbi Krosskoff recalled one of the last letters from Dr. White. Referring to the National Farm School, it said, "Needed as colleges are, they cannot take the place of such a school as ours, that ours is a school for training lads in practical farming, with enough of elementary science to make them understand the why and wherefore of things. While the instruction in the others is largely theoretical, we take boys from the grammar schools and make farmers of them. While the colleges largely train lecturers on farming, much as we need the others, we need farmers more. While we may have enough, even too much, of colleges, we can never have too many farm schools." So undeniably, Rabbi Krosskoff, as Del Val's mission statement says, honored knowledge with practice. And everything I've learned about him tells me that he would have resonated with my own personal philosophy of dream, design, do. Dreamers are the raw material of great accomplishments. The next step is to take that dream and convert it into a workable design. Then comes the do part of delivering on that design despite the inevitable setbacks, and each step of that dream, design, do process becomes more communal. It's a process that Del Val and its community clearly understood long before I arrived. And over the last 9 months, I've had an opportunity to listen to Del Val's dreamers, designers, and doers, from students, faculty, and staff. They have all enthusiastically contributed ideas to the university's next strategic plan, which is in its formative stages now. It's too early to share details, but I can tell you that our new plan will be built on a foundation of the core values that give Del Val its unique identity and strength. These values are: teach, learn, and serve with passion and commitment. Act as one learning community with one purpose. Value the world of ideas and differences. Live each day with integrity. Respect all people, and pursue excellence. With these values, we will build on the Del Val tradition of giving students the best possible experience. The quality of the Del Val experience is our big differentiator, and we'll improve on that experience by increasing quality experiential learning opportunities, utilizing the latest technologies, expanding graduate programs, improving infrastructure, building community and institutional partnerships, and committing to the value of inclusivity. I also would like to see us explore new initiatives, such as more flexible curricula that allow students to move ahead at their own pace, and an increased emphasis on multidisciplinary approaches so students can benefit from the teaching talent in all 3 of our undergraduate schools. And given the importance of higher education to the lives of individual students, their families, and society, we need to invest our resourcefulness in making higher education more affordable. Whatever the details of our strategic plan, we have an essential job in front of us. As was mentioned earlier, Nelson Mandela, one of my personal heroes, once said that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. I would amend that to say that education is also the most powerful tool to save the world. In American culture, references to saving the world are often shorthand for describing someone well-meaning but possibly naive. I've never been called naive, and I absolutely believe that higher education can and will save the world, not in a blinding flash. That was excellent. Thank you. But one student at a time. Higher education is preparing students to grapple with the grand challenges that will shape the future of our planet and influence the lives of all its people. Challenges like climate change, sustainable food and energy production, efficient use of water resources, environmental stewardship, health and wellness, economic equity, and peaceful resolution of conflict. And Delaware Valley University is a prime example. In a world where the quantity and quality of food can be a survival issue, we are graduating students trained and practiced in state-of-the-art food production technology. Saving the world demands committed people, well-prepared in many disciplines. And here at Del Val, I'm proud of the rich and growing choices of majors open to our undergraduate students. Choices ranging from zoo science to counseling psychology to landscape architecture. While our graduate programs offer paths to an MBA or a doctorate in higher education. At this moment, Del Val graduates are doing their part to save the world by working as scientists at agencies like NASA and the NIH, as teachers, mental health counselors, business executives, and so much more. And more importantly, we are producing young people capable of independent and critical thought, who are ready to be civically engaged and determined to close the ever-widening economic and social gaps that divide our society. That is how Del Val graduates will contribute to making our world a much better place. And I am humbled to play a role in that effort as the president of Delaware Valley University. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and thank you for being here today.